Good morning, everybody. I'm Christy, and this is my channel, JavaGirlstitches, and this is Floss Tube number 8. Thank you, everybody, for watching and coming back and spending a little bit of time with me every week. I really appreciate it. I love all of your comments. I have the best commenters ever. You guys are just the sweetest, and I so appreciate every one of you. Okay, so first, I loved reading all of your comments about your favorite Disney movies. There were so many that I had forgotten about, and especially older ones. Back when I was a kid, on Sunday nights, it was the Disney, I guess it was just Disney, I think it was like on Channel 13 here in Vegas. They would have, there would be Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, that would come on, and then after that they would have a Disney movie every Sunday night, and we watched it every single Sunday. And I had forgotten about Swiss Family Robinson. That was one of my favorites as a kid growing up. They lived on the beach in a tree house. I just thought that was the most awesome thing ever. And the best part was when I think they were riding ostriches all around, chasing each other around. I completely forgot about that movie, and I loved it so much. And the other one was Escape to Witch Mountain. I absolutely love that. That was one of my absolute favorites too. The Herbie movies, I watched those. So I had forgotten about a lot of those. And I think everybody's favorite was probably, not everybody's, but the majority was Mary Poppins, of course, which is a great movie. And then someone had mentioned the movie Up. And oh my gosh, that's such a tearjerker. That one makes me cry every single time. And I remember when Chase was growing up, we watched Meet the Robinsons, I think is what it was. And when the kid goes back in time and he's able to see his mom when the mom drops him off at the orphanage. Poor Chase. I mean, I still can't watch that movie anymore because it makes me just bawl every time, because he was like, I don't know, he was like 6 or 7 and he was crying. And he's like, why did his mom give him away? And I had to explain to him why. And it was sad. And so that's my memory with Chase on that movie. You know, like, because The Lion King wasn't bad enough. That made me cry that Chase, you know, picked Meet the Robinsons, and yeah, we both bawled our eyes out on that. All Disney movies, they all make me cry, but I love them so much. So I loved all your comments on that. Thank you. And I don't know if you guys have read through the comments there. People are still commenting, which I absolutely love, and I'm laughing my butt off, is the things that your kids have done that are crazy. And I had pinned one, but now it's gone, so I don't know what happened to it. But it was, a lady had said that her boys had taken a fire extinguisher. They were blowing it into the fan so like it would blow back at them, and then one of the kids got mad and just took the fire extinguisher and was blowing everybody in the house. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. My kids, it's not that bad. I don't have to deal with that. And no, I did not mention that to them whatsoever, because I am not giving them any ideas, because that would be the first thing that they would do. They would be like, oh, that sounds fun, Mom. Yeah, no. So anyway, what have we been up to? Spring break, we had that last week. And the boys, I had all 3 boys here. Dave's still working all the time, so it's just me and those 3 hooligans. They were actually pretty good. They kept pretty busy. They decided they wanted to work out, so they worked out pretty much every day. They played basketball, they went to the movies, they hung out with friends. So they weren't too bad here, except for that they decided they needed to eat me out of house and home. Like, they were starving all the time. So we went grocery shopping like 4 different times in 1 week. I'm like, this is insane. Like, I've never seen kids that can eat so much. But they're like, oh, it's because we're working out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then they wanted to go on a health food kick, so they wanted all good stuff. And it was just insane. And then of course they destroyed my kitchen, and so I just left it destroyed all week. I'm like, I'm not even cleaning up after you guys. You have to clean up after yourselves, which they do, but it's, you know, it's not mom clean, but it was okay. And the only funny thing that happened with them was we were at Walmart, and my son Tyler, he's my funny kid. He is hilarious, but he's also embarrassing. And like I told him, I'm not taking him grocery shopping anymore ever, because we were in Walmart, and every time we would walk by somebody, he would say as loud as he could, he was like, help, we've been kidnapped. Our mom locks us in a closet and she only slides us food under the door and it's just bread and water. And when he said that, and like this lady is just looking over at us, I mean, a part of me, I was laughing so hard. I mean, I had to push the cart away because I'm like, I can't even be around you. You are so just out of control. And then the other part of me just died of embarrassment. But I mean, it is pretty funny. I don't know where he comes up with these things, but I mean, and the three of them are just laughing hysterically, and I'm just dying. You know, my face is just bright red, and I'm dying of embarrassment and laughing my butt off at the same time. So yeah, that's what it's like with Tyler here. But he's doing good. He found a job, so he's been keeping sober. So I'm really proud of him and really happy. But when he is being good like that and sober, he's crazy. So I mean, he's highly entertaining. So we've had a very entertaining couple of weeks, and spring break especially. So I haven't got a lot of stitching done, haven't got a lot of anything done. It's just basically having to entertain Tyler. The other two are pretty good. They just do their own thing. So, but it was a good couple weeks. So I hope you guys all had a really great Easter also and got to spend some time with your families. For Easter, it was Dave's first day off in like 2 months. So it was really nice having him home. And I actually got up, I made breakfast, which I don't like to cook, and I had to cook twice yesterday. But I made a big breakfast, and then we went off-roading. My husband has a truck, and we love to go off-roading, so we did that. We did some high jumps, and some drinks kind of flew all over the entire car, but we laughed about it, and it's a good time. So we did that, and then I made dinner last night, and my dad came over, and we had a really good time, and that was our Easter. So I hope all of you had a really great one too. Okay, let's see. I think that's it that's been going on. Let's go into my finishes. So I got like a few fully finished items done this week, and this is the first one. And this bee pattern is from Frosted Pumpkins, I believe. And I had this finished before just on a yellow frame. I just painted it yellow. It was before I knew how to finish anything. So I saw it just sitting there this week, and I pulled it off. And I'm like, there wasn't a whole lot of material to work with, but I'm like, I'm gonna make it work into something else. So I got a cheese grater, idea from Priscilla, and I put black gingham on it, and then I added 2 bows. And then I had this, I don't even know what that thing's called, you guys, a honeycomb, whatever it is. But I've had that, and I've just kept it put aside, hoping that I would find an idea for it. And I'm like, it'll work perfectly for this. So this is a redo, and I love how it turned out. Much happier than the original. Okay, my second FFO this week is Summer Whirligig, I believe by Heart and Hand. And it is stitched on Ren Lugana, which was really, I love the color of it, and that's why I chose it, but it was not easy to stitch on. The holes were really hard to see, but I made it through it, and I love how it turned out. And this just has yellow ruffle, and then black, of course, my favorite, checkered. And then I just added some daisies and ribbon, and I added a red covered button to bring out the red in the barn and the truck. And the frame just came from Hobby Lobby, and I love how it just turned out. And it's not magneted on, it's glued on, so each one for each month that I do is just gonna be its own separate thing. And then my last finish, I actually drug out the sewing machine this week, and I haven't sewed in a long time. And my friend Denise, you know her from Goose Design, she makes the most amazing project bags. We've become really good friends. She's an absolute sweetheart. So I'm like sending her videos of my machine, and I'm like, do I even have a good sewing machine? What does this do? What does that do? Because I had all this stuff on there that I had no idea even how to use it or what it was for. So thank you to her. I love you, girl. She kind of walked me through everything, and so this is the finish I made this week. And this was the little 4th of July one that I said was really small and I wanted to make into a pillow, so I was able to do that. And I just added a little bow on top. And it's not perfect. And I've made pillows before. I make quite a few of them, but I haven't done them in a while, so it took a little while to do, and it was kind of going all wonky, but I finally figured it out, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So now I need to get better friends with my sewing machine and how to do it, and be able to actually sew a couple more things. Okay, and then my only other finish was Heart and Hand Square Dance. I did the March one. And I need to get my button gear on all these because this is the first one and only one I've done. And this is the March one. And I wanted to start with this one because I just love the birds and I love all the colors in it. So that one is done. And then hopefully I can get a few more done this year. I know I'm not going to get them all done. Okay, and then this week I made something because Denise has been so sweet to me and I wanted to make her something special, and I saw an idea and I thought, I think I could do that. So I made her, this is leather, and then this is heat transfer that is ironed onto the leather. I sewed around it, and it's just a little book. And for her, because she loves to sew, I made Good Things Come to Those Who Sew. And then when you open it up, it just has some paper in it, and she can keep notes of all of her sewing things, whatever she would like. And her favorite colors are black and pink, so that's why I made her this one, and that's for her. I made that this week. And then for me, mine says Stitch Happens. And I wish I would have thought about this before, because I would have put my Stitch Maynia into this cute little book, which I will probably do for next year, but I'm going to keep my stitching notes and stuff like that in this one. And I will probably make a few more because they're not that hard to make at all, and they're really fun. And I was happy with how they turned out. Okay, let's go to whips. Okay, the first one is Little House Needleworks. What's it called? Needle Lady Pocket. How cute is this? One thing I'm trying to find now is more patterns that have stitch, that say stitch on them or have some stitchy saying, because I want to redo my craft room and I want to put like a dough bowl in there, and I want to have a bunch of stitchy patterns in there. So when I saw this at my local L&S, I grabbed it and I wanted to start it right away. So that is what I have gotten done so far. Not a lot. And this is stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana, which is definitely one of my favorites now. I still have Vintage Country Mocha, but this one, I'm really loving it. And it's stored in my new project bag, which is by Denise. And Old MacDonald, it's called Old MacDonald. And then the back, cow, love. And her bags, you guys, are the cutest. She has these in her shop right now. And I just love, I want all of her bags. And she has a new bag that she is going to be putting up in her shop today. I don't know if it's in there now or if it will be in there later on today, but this is the fabric for it. You guys, look how cute this is. I die. I love red trucks. I love Americana. So go to her shop, and I will link it in my bio or show notes, description box, whatever. This will be in, her new bag will be in there. And I actually bought this fabric for myself because I was thinking of making a banner, and I also want to try to make project bags. I know, I can barely sew a pillow, but I've watched some videos, and Denise has sent me videos on how to do it, so I am going to jump right in. I'm not going to sell them because they will never be sell worthy, but I am going to try to at least make a couple for me. And then this is the other fabric I had gotten this week for a project bag. Look at the chickens. I'm dead. And then it has the red and the black check too. Gingham. Love. And those are, I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it till after Stitch Maynia, because, I mean, she can bust out bags in like an hour. Yeah, it's going to take me like all day to make one bag, but I'm going to try. Okay, my next work in progress is Plumstreet Samplers Sheep Heap. And I didn't get to stitch on this last weekend, but the weekend before I did. So I'm almost done. All I have is one more sheep and the border, and this is done. And this is on Vintage Country Mocha linen. And yes, I'm still using linen. I do like it. I'm getting better at it, and it's actually a lot easier to stitch on now. So I'm happy with it. Okay, the next one is Henpeck by Plumstreet Samplers. And I didn't get a lot done on this one either, just busy. But this is what I've got done so far. I finished the first hen and I finished a little bit more of the border. And this is on Vintage Country Mocha 25 count Lugana. So this one's gonna be huge. So it's not gonna go with all the rest. It'll go by itself like in a frame or something like that. And then my cute project bags that I am trying to keep all my projects in to keep organized so I don't lose anything. Okay, before I go into my Stitch Maynia plans, I will show you my little bit of haul I have. I don't have that much this week. I've been good, kinda. But this one is Hen Ornaments, and the design is by Sub Rosa. And this was just a PDF that I printed out. And I saw these attached to like a farmhouse sign, and it had chicken wire in it, but when I went to Hobby Lobby, I was too late and I missed them. So I want to stitch these, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have my husband, when he's not working so much, I'm going to have him make me that sign. Cut it out, and then I'll paint it and do it exactly the same way. And then this pattern, I believe I saw on Helen D's floss tube, and I'd never seen it before, and it's an older pattern, but because it's a red house, I have to have it. And it's called the Red Cottage by Plumstreet Samplers. And I love this one. And that'll also go on my sampler wall. And then this one I wanted since last year, and it has bees, and it's Country Cottage Needleworks, a bee line. Doing their little dance up there. Love it. Probably won't get to it before the summer, but I'm gonna try. And then this one, Little House Needleworks, Oh My Stars. And this is from 2016. So, didn't have it, must have it, love it, can't wait to stitch it. And again, these things aren't even in my Stitch Mania, you guys. I have enough stuff to stitch for the rest of my life, seriously. And then Heart and Hand, Land That I Love. That's a cute little one. And then the new Square Dance. I love all of these. I cannot wait to stitch them all. These are just adorable. And I have no finishing ideas yet for them yet, but I do want to do it on some kind of magnets so I can switch them out and not have to buy 12 different frames, because that would be ridiculous. And then I was also going to let you know on the American Farmhouse, her name is Devon FL, I believe, on Instagram. Her and I, when I showed this last time, she was saying, you know what, I said I was going to start it after Stitch Mania, and she's like, we just stitch it together. And I'm like, yeah, let's have a stitch along. So when I get more information on when we're going to start, I'm assuming probably in June. If anybody wants to stitch this with us, you are more than welcome to. We'd love to have you. But as soon as I get more information on it, I'll let you guys know. Okay, I gotta move all this stuff because I have a huge, this is my huge basket for my Stitch Mania. So, my Stitch Mania plans this year, don't you even start barking. Let me get through this video. Okay, so what I did for Stitch Mania this year is I have a notebook, a Ray Dunn one, and what I did is I tried to be more organized this year. And so what I did is I took, I'm gonna knock stuff off. I took a picture of each pattern that I'm going to do. I wrote the pattern, I wrote what size it will be on what fabric I'm using, and then I wrote down all of the flosses I will be using for each one. So I could keep better track of everything, and I have some flosses that are in one that need to go for another one, so I thought this was a much better way to keep track of it. Okay, Mitzi, sorry if she's gonna bark. This is the second time I've done this video, so, and I was like 20 minutes into it and I messed up completely, so I'm like, I don't want to have to do it again. Okay, so my first one I'm going to do, and this in no particular order, is what is this? Hen Party by, oh my gosh, Little House Needleworks. I'm getting distracted because she's running around, and there she goes barking. And this is going to be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha Ada. And then my second one is the Prairie Schooler, Oh MacDonald, which I'm dying. I've been wanting to stitch this forever. And I'm gonna start at the bottom, and then I'm gonna try to keep up and do one a month. So in 9 months, I'll have it done. And that is also gonna be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha Ada. Most of my large projects, I'm still gonna keep stitching them on that because it's just easier for me. My next one is Summer ABCs, which this should have already been done, but I threw it into my Stitch Mania last minute because I want to at least get started on it. And that will also be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha Ada. And I'm using every single project bag that I have for these projects, and then the rest is in Ziploc. Because believe it or not, I do not have enough, I do not have 19 project bags yet. Okay, my next one is Hallows Eve at Raven's Hollow by Brenda Gervais. I got this last year and I wanted to start it and didn't get to it, so I'm excited to start that this year. And this is going to be on Vintage Country Mocha Ada too. And it goes in my cute little Halloween project bag. Okay, the next one is Blessed Bee by Brenda Gervais. And this is going to be stitched on, it's just, I found this at Michael's. And it was like in the little tube thing, and it was just tea coffee dyed even weave. Monaco is what it said, and I just bought as much as I could of it because I knew the Monaco was going to be gone. And it's not stiff like Monaco, but I really love it, and I thought it'd be perfect for this piece. Hey, stop! Sorry. Oh my gosh, she's gonna ruin my video. If I have to do this again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, the next one is Heartstrings Samplery, the Barnyard Fobs. And this is going to be stitched on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And this I actually bought from 123 Stitch a long time ago, and I had forgotten I had it. And I'm like, oh, that'll work perfectly for those because they're really small, so I should have enough fabric. Okay, next one is Olga's Tart by Plumstreet Samplers. And it's stitched on 36 count linen, which is not gonna happen for me. I only stitch on 28 count Lugana and linen right now, but I am going to try the 32 count Lugana because I want it to be at least somewhat smaller and fit in some kind of pie tin. I know it won't fit in this little one that they have there, but I figure maybe I can get a little bit bigger one. So that'll be my first time stitching on 32 count. We'll see how that goes. Okay, my next one is Kringle and Willard. Love this one. And that's gonna be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha Ada too. And all my Ada is always 14 count because I know somebody asked, will you please mention what size fabric you use? The Ada is always 14 count. Okay, the next one is Plumstreet Samplers Cow Pile. So I should have like 3 of these done this year. And this one's gonna be on 28 count Vintage Country Mocha Linen, which I actually need to get some more of because I've been using that a lot lately. And I like it. Who knew? I like linen. Somebody told me once you start, you're never gonna go back. I'm like, I don't know, but I am liking it. And then this is the next one. Do not know how to pronounce it. I know it's in French. Don't speak it, don't understand it, have no idea what it says, but it's this adorable witch. And I am just using DMC threads for these because pretty much all these patterns, 99% of them, all call for fancy floss. And I'm trying not to spend so much on fancy floss because I just made a huge order at 123 Stitch like 2 weeks ago. It's still not here. It has not been shipped. I'm freaking out a little bit. I actually emailed them yesterday and I'm like, if you're not gonna be able to, get this to me, can you please let me know? Because a lot of my patterns are missing those flosses. So fingers crossed that they come in before Stitch Mania. Okay, the next one is 'Tis the Season by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I'm changing it to red, just like Priscilla did, because Santa needs to be red. And the next one is Santa's List by Country Cottage Needleworks. I love this one too. And both of these actually will be stitched on Vintage Country Mocha, which is in the bag. That's why these two are together. I'm trying to keep everything as organized as possible. Okay, this next one, this is going to be the last thing I stitch on the last day of Stitch Mania because it's the Chalkboard Ornaments. And I do have black Ada for it. It's 14 count, but oh, you guys, I don't know. I've been hearing such horror stories about black and how hard it is to stitch on. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see the holes. And I'm like, I'm saving this to the very end. So I have all these days where I actually stitch something in case this does not work out and I throw it across the room and get mad at it, I don't want it to ruin like the rest of my week where I don't want to stitch any more days. So that will be my very, very last one that I'm doing. Okay, and then these two is Merry Friends by Plumstreet Samplers. And I'm sorry about the dog. I don't know what's going on. I should have locked her up. I should have locked her up in the closet and, you know, with Tyler and slid food under the door for them. My gosh. So this one, I'm doing this. And I'm doing Marry You by Plumstreet Samplers. And I'm also stitching these on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha Lugana. So that's like 3 projects that is going to be on the smaller Lugana linen and hoping that it works out. I think it'll be fine. It just might take me a little bit longer. Okay, my next one is Bobbing for Pumpkins by Brenda Gervais. So excited for this. I got this last year and I wanted to start and I didn't get around to it. So I'm excited to do that. And this is going to be stitched on, it's a bigger one, so it'll be stitched on the Ada again. Vintage Country Mocha. Okay, and then this one. I'm sorry I'm taking everything out of bags. Usually I have everything sitting out, but I don't want anything to get lost. So Hands-On Design, Celebration of Seasons. I'm going to be doing the January one. And I will be doing the red, black, and white color changes because it matches more of my stuff. And like, I haven't done any of these, you guys. That's what I was talking about earlier, like all these monthly ones. Looks like I'm gonna be starting most of them. Most of them are not gonna get done until next year. But if I start now, which is May, then at least I could have some of them done if I did one a month. And then I only have 2 more, you guys. This one, which I've had, and I'm so excited. I love this one. Frosted Pumpkins, Trick or Treat. I'm going to do both, but I'm going to start with the Trick or Treat one. And it is stitched on 14 count Da Vinci Ada. Look how beautiful that purple is. I'm so excited for that one. I did the Christmas one last year, and even though this pattern is pretty big, it's still, I made it into a flat ornament, and I stuck it like in the middle of the my cross stitch Christmas tree, and it looked really good. I really liked it. That dog is gonna be on my you know what list today. There must be somebody outside. Okay, and my last one, the Prairie Schooler Barnyard Christmas. And I've done 2 of them. I've done the cow and the pig, and I am going to do the chicken for right now, for Stitch Mania. And I stitched these before last year, so they were stitched on Vintage Country Mocha Ada, so I'm gonna continue so they all match. And I have not finished them yet, the other 2, because I really want to make them into the circles, but I have no idea how to do that still. I know you can cut the sticky board for it, but I have not mastered that. I need like a circle cutter or something that cuts it perfectly, because I use just an X-Acto knife to do mine, and I don't see how that's gonna work out and make it perfect circles, so that's okay. I'm gonna figure it out. Alyssa from Starry Night Studio, she does the most perfect circle finishes, so girl, you need to do a video or send me a video on how you do it, because I have no idea. Okay, so last thing is the winner of last week's project bag, which was this adorable Disney one by Goose Designs, and she still has these, I believe, in her shop. So when I link it in her bio below, just go down there, and she has a ton of cute ones in there, and she makes them all the time, so she's always refreshing. And if there's a certain project bag that you want, if you want her to make you a 4th of July one or a certain pattern, she will do that for you. No problem whatsoever. Okay, so the winner of the project bag is Disney Fangirl, which is it's kind of funny because it's a Disney bag and the random generator picked a Disney fan, so that worked out perfectly. So, Disney Fangirl, I will leave my email address in the description box below, and send me your address and I will mail it out to you. Okay, I think the dog, oh my gosh. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. Thank you again, everybody, for all the love and the support. You guys are still just amazing, and this is why I love to do FlossTube. I've met so many amazing people. I mean, I met Denise through here. I've met just so many amazing friends, and I absolutely love it. And the best thing I ever did was decide to come on here and do this. It has just been a blessing and such a joy. And all of you, I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Everybody have a great 2 weeks. My next video that will be up will have, I will show the projects I've worked on in Stitch Maynia. I'm going to try to finish my 3 works in progress that I showed you today. I'm going to try really hard to get those done so that I can go into Stitch Maynia with absolutely no whips in progress. And then I'll have my 19 that I have to work on and all my other stuff in between. So everybody have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.